Welcome back to some professional Starcraft 2, the DreamHack Masters Fall 2020 Grand Finals. A best of 7 between the best players their regions have to offer. In the top right, from Team Clash, the Italian sensation, Reynor. And in the bottom left, we find kind of like no one puts him on the top of the list like he should be. But one of the best Protosses in the entire world, it's Trap. He doesn't really get the respect of like a Stats. It might be me personally, or even like a Zest or something like that. But he deserves it. He's actually gotten like he got beat by Cyril in the last DreamHack Masters Finals. Now he has the opportunity to get beat by the Cyril Slayer. I don't know. But I'll be honest, last Finals was a little disappointing from Trap. It kind of felt like he had one build figured out, and then Cyril kind of walked over him the rest of the time. I don't think Reynor is as strong. Like, Cyril is... We get into a game with Reynor versus Trap, and I can't help but talk about Cyril. But he is the Finnish elephant in the room. Just large in stature and presence, if not physical appearance. But Cyril's like 26 or 27 and 0 in Protoss versus Zerg series this year. Not games, series. Like best of 3, best of 5, best of 7. That's actually insane. It's possibly a record, I'm not sure. Reynor, on the other hand, isn't at that. He's definitely a little more vulnerable. But, I mean, he got to the finals. He beat Cyril, he beat Clem, and now he's gonna, well, I'm just leaning into Trap losing here, but now he has an opportunity to get the triple Trap. Why you gotta do that? Right after I'm like, you know what? I think he'll turn it around this time. I was setting up for the, I think Trap's gonna bring out a new style here. And then he just loses the probe to Lynx. I mean, now he knows they're Lynx, but he could have figured that one out on his own. I think Reynor plays a little bit more, he's a little bit more stylized. For better or worse. What do I mean by that? That sounds like one of those words you put on a corporate PowerPoint that doesn't mean anything. But stylized as in, he won't adjust so much to what his opponent is doing if something he likes could work. Like, we're talking like Heavy Link Bane, sometimes Bane drops. He's a big Lurker fan. He won't necessarily respond directly to his opponent, but instead really go along his own lines. And that sometimes screws him, also against Mech Terran. But it actually helps him a lot against Cyril, I feel. Because Cyril is a very analytical player. He's a ridiculously smart player. But he doesn't really have his own personal style. His style is kind of like, yeah, I just know how to win. Whereas Reynor knows how to win the way he likes to win. And I've said a whole lot of nothing, but that's given me enough time for the Oracle to begin. It's not going to be any sort of adept play early on. Jimmy, I want to... Wow, we're already up that high. It wouldn't be one of my casts. Like and subscribe for more volume adjustments. Oracle looking for an opportunity. I'm not sure. I don't think... Yeah, it wasn't spotted. The Spore Crawler's on the way. The Oracle actually wasn't spotted by anything. We'll be heading to the natural. Reynor's queens are just not there. They went to the third, obviously, but... Ooh. Slick Oracle Micro, but... Gets spotted out by the couple queens that went to the third. The Spore Crawler isn't done, though. He picks up 1, 2 more... Okay, trap. Oh my god. Give us back our knitting needles! And our +1 range. Counterattack attempt. Stalker taken out by Zerglings, but... Trap, not letting Zerglings through the wall. Oh my god, another Oracle. His Oracle Micro is so... It takes finesse. It does. It seems like you just shift right-click, but the timing and the acceleration... What a name! Most flying units have a relatively low acceleration rate, like the time before they go from a stopping point to their maximum speed. And you actually do have to control that to maximize your damage, because you can start attacking while the Oracle is slowing down. And that's what you see Trap doing as he kind of slides through the mineral line and burns through the drones in the process. Getting 12 drone kills and not losing a single Oracle is a lot of damage to be getting early. The only saving grace for Reynor is he was able to slow down the third base for about a minute. I think Trap wanted to take this a little while ago, but he had to wait for a couple more warp-ins and potentially the Oracles to come back home. Immortals being built and a Warp Prism already. Is this lining up to be an attack? He's adding 2 more gates as well. Trap ready to attack. He's not building any probes. He's at 45, which is full saturation on 2 base plus the 1 probe to build the third. This third is a decoy. This is all lining up for a timing attack here. He's not willing to sit back. He's no M-canning. He knows how dangerous Zerg can get. And he's looking to stop Reynor before he has any chance to get there. Oracles lay down the Revelation. Here comes the attack. There are roaches on the way. Technically, there's a lair done. More spine crawlers, but Trap is giving no quarter to Reynor here. If those spine crawlers finish, they might be the backbone of the defense. But with an Immortal and Stalkers already coming up, great force field! Oh, Brenda! Oh, another set of force fields. The corrosive vials aren't enough. The queens are murdered. A stasis ward right behind. The spines are finishing. Reynor putting up a solid defense for what he has. The corrosive vials very key here. Observer taken out. Wanders into the spore. The spine crawler's helping a little. Corrosive vials find some targets. But this timing, despite the supply, is looking incredibly dangerous. Well, partially because of the supply. Look at the worker count, 63 to 45. The Oracles go for the drones. There's one queen that could help out. Stasis doesn't really hit anything. The backup stasis, though, finds an opportunity. 5 drones go down. Reynor has held on. The spines finish just barely in time. Oh no, the Immortal! He actually loses it, which is an important part of this attack. More queens pulled up. That means less injects here. Yeah, he pulled the queen from the main base. Trap is now starting to build probes. Starting to realize, okay, maybe I'm not going to break through. I would say it looked really good for Trap to start, but as time goes on, as the spine crawler's finished, Stalkers and Sentries are not your highest DPS units. Let's put it that way. And only having 1 Immortal, once that Immortal was lost, the potential for that attack to do game-ending damage was essentially over. So Reynor holds with a surprising amount of strength, despite how little he had at the start. He's now going for a 4th. I think he realizes, well, I mean, for good reason, that Trap now is stuck on relatively low tech. He's building a bunch of roaches. Is he going to try to just bash through? Or does he sit back? I mean, 66 drones is full 3-base saturation. He's got that maximum income. He's looking good on that count. That's a pretty dramatic graph. Of course, you have to look at the scale as well. It's not that much more income, but the swing is very apparent. Oh, we're gonna get that creep tumor no matter how many stalkers it costs. Oh, stalkers, why are you so bad at everything? Here comes Reynor. The counterattack. Roaches and Ravagers. A lot of them, but of the units that Reynor could field, they're the most manageable. Between Oracles, Immortals, Force Field, and a good defensive position, Roach Ravager is risky to attempt to break through with unless you know you have a decisive advantage. And Reynor, despite his attempts earlier, does not have that advantage. The army supplies are close enough. Force Field's kind of an intangible, well, not really intangible, but an X factor at least. Great Force Fields and mediocre bad ones can change a fight either way. Trap. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. 2 Oracles die. Both oracles die. Let me phrase it that way. Lurker Den is about to finish. That is the worst possible timing that could have happened. Right before he sets up for an attack. Trap is... This is optimistic. There's a lot of Roach Hydra here. There's not that much splash damage. He's going to rely on Force Field. A couple charge lots in the mineral line. Some more Immortals show up, making this a little more realistic. 4 Immortals is way more dangerous than the 2 he started with. That's a critical mass there. If there isn't... There are no Zerglings to tank damage. Reynor throwing a few in the mix now. The Zerglings eat some of the Immortal shots. 8 drones go down. He's trying to work his way down. Reynor has units on the high ground. There are Ravagers on either side. Getting more force fields. I'm not sure what his thought process is with the force fields here. It seems like he's trying to isolate groups of units, but he knows there's an army on the high ground. So a little... Hey! No! What? It's scouting Immortal. Alright, good job. Successful scout. Yep, there are Zerg units there. Well said. Happens to the literal best of us. Charge lots in the prism. And now, Reynor, despite the supply, this is still not the most complex army for Reynor. It's Roach Hydra. Throwing some Lurkers in the mix. Handful. He's got a chunk of Ravagers, some Zerglings. A handful of Zerglings. But right now, this is... It's hard to just end the game with this army because your units are not that cost effective. What you do want to do is either, one, tech up, which Reynor is doing. He's got a hive on the way. He's got Lurkers. Or start trading. It's not going to be a good trade, but if you can take out some of their units for some of yours, and you have more economy, well, I'm not a mathematician, but that works out well for you in the long run. The danger balls. 4 disruptors. Trap shown him before. Retreat. You don't want to be caught between. Is he going to use hold position Lurkers? Or hold fire Lurkers? No, there's no way you risk that, right? Oh my god. There's no way you risk. I can't actually see the indicator. We'll have to see if he comes in range. Okay, they're firing. They're firing. Whoa, 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 whoa. Those disruptors are coming so close. He actually misses a shot. No detection. Charge lots in towards the 4. Call it a 5th. The charge lots take down the spine. And even though the Ravagers are here, they have plenty of HP. Oh, where are you going? Really? Come back. Pump into the Warp Prism. Trap has a decent bulk of units. Throws away the fadeaway. Throws out the fadeaway Nova. Reynor's slowly throwing more. Oh, he's adding more complex units into the composition. The Warp Prism did not have a great time in the main, and now has no time at all. So without a Warp Prism, all the focus is going to be on this army. The army supply is nearly even. Reynor at 90 workers right now. He barely has enough bases to mine with that. The main should be mining out soon. The natural following suit. Trap has 4 bases comfortably as well. Like, he's not in a terrible spot either. Oh, what a dodge. The Lurker upgrade's not on the way yet. A bit of an oversight from Reynor, I feel. Not getting the Lurker range and speed upgrades at this stage of the game. Just throwing... At this point, he's just going for the full spread. Spray and pray. Trap throwing Novas everywhere. Charge lots into the 3rd base. Find 11 drones. Looking for more. Drops a few more Novas. Where's the detection? He has an observer. Catches a Lurker. He's working the cooldowns here around the side. Another round of charge lots coming in. Reynor struggling to actually keep up with the disruptors, but he does have money in the bank. He doesn't have to be cost effective. He just has to be effective. Pulls Interrupter. Gets another one. Man the harpoons. Disruptor shot, though. Center mass. Finds a good connection. This base is vulnerable. Mining is more important than the drones themselves. Another Lurker trying to close the distance. Reynor is out for blood, but almost none of these units are biological. In fact, none of them are. Not a single one of those units is a biological unit. So, that was a good joke. The Archon used to be in a past life, but then he got merged and he's in a loving relationship with death. Meanwhile, Disruptors dragged into the Lurkers, but some of the fadeaway shots find connections. Reynor. Reynor, don't make a clip like this. Reynor. 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 Okay. Like, why? Just build a few Evo chambers. Come on, Reynor. Get more batteries for your Game Boy so we can have the whole car ride. What do you mean you don't know what AAA battery? Damn kids. Get off my game. Like a Game Boy. Like, no, not like a DS. God. Okay, well, good lurker upgrades. You don't expect to see charge lots just die like that. What a game, though. Game 1. Storms, just exploratory storms. That's optimistic. I'm not sure what the Archons are doing over here. Meanwhile, Blinding Cloud feedback across the board, mostly on the same Viper, though, so maybe stop leaving reviews on the same thing and start to spread it out a little. The fadeaway shots as Reynor chases. He can't quite seem to get a decisive engagement, but Trap is bleeding on every side. Once again, metaphorically. Do we have the lurker upgrades now? He doesn't have lurker range. Reynor uncharacteristically forgetting his lurker upgrades. I'm not sure he realizes he doesn't have seismic spines, but that lurker range is a big deal when it comes to engaging these armies that are relatively close range. Immortals and Archons, they need to close the distance. Okay, well, stormed right on the Disruptor, giving him a glorious death. But here come the lurkers. Another shot. Center mass finds a couple. Revenge harpoons! There she blows! Another one! Storm splash damage! A tsunami! All over Reynor's army. But Trap is losing ground. There's not much detection. The only thing to die to those Disruptors are a couple of depths that still existed for some reason. The Disruptor's looking for another shot. Finds more lurkers. The Disruptor is taking huge chunks out of Reynor right now. Reynor has actually lost more resources overall. But of course, Trap is struggling to field an army. Stop it. Just build some Evo chambers. Oh my god. Gotta do the battery pack. I don't know why he hasn't yet. Well, a more important thing would be getting lurker range. That's actually a really big oversight at this stage of the game. Lurker range is huge. Getting that extra 2 is the difference between dying to Disruptors and being able to either avoid them entirely or get away in time. The Disruptors taking the wrong side of the story. 6 Hydras, give or take. Just implode or explode or do whatever just happened there. Evaporate. Oh no. Oh no. Caught between a rock and a hard place. Dragged back in. No splash damage. No life. The Hydras and Roaches cut down the Immortals. Without Disruptor shots for cover, a mothership, taking a page out of the M. Canning book of amazing Protoss plays. Or the app he made, if you would. Roach Hydra finding more probes. Trap is desperately counterattacking, but to what end? At this point, he needs an army that can compete with Reynor. You can kill drones, you can kill bases, but Reynor has 6,000 minerals and 1,500 gas in the bank. He can rebuild most of this army immediately. The Disruptors. Is he gonna fire a shot? Not gonna bother. Mothership is out. Reynor, what are we doing now? Still no lurker range, but he's pretty much out of lurkers. He's decided no more lurkers against Disruptors. Half of his lurkers are over here. Mothership out, fires a shot, fires everything! Oh my god. The storms, but there's no other units! He just blew his whole load right there! A critical mistake! I know what I said! Another Disruptor fires, targeted! It's gone! The mothership abandoned! Trap! Out of shots and out of life. Reynor opens up the series with a pretty decisive victory. I really thought that follow-up push on the third was going to do more. But Reynor refused to break. Trap needs to clean it up. That's the thing about Protoss. I compare Protoss very cleverly to like building a computer. If you're not spending too much on your graphics card, then what do you even do? Your disruptors are like your 3000 series GPUs. Alright, they're expensive. They're probably not worth it. But everybody wants to get them anyways. Trap, not able to afford him that game. I don't even know. It feels like if you don't at least break the third on that follow-up push, I'm honestly a little surprised he held on. Because Reynor holding on to that economy with the third, especially with Trap losing a lot of key units like Immortals. Immortals are pretty good. Kind of important. But what was I saying? Like building a computer in that, if you don't have all the pieces together, it's probably not going to work. Like, if you don't have splash damage and some frontline of your army, then you're not going to kill theirs. If you don't have the upgrades and like a warp prism for a counterattack, you're going to struggle. Like, there's a lot of pieces that have to come together to make Protoss work, especially in the late game when you're dealing with those technical armies. It's not like Zerg is too much different. But Zerg has a little more ability to just throw things and see what sticks. Because their units are cheap, for the most part. But easy to kill. Of course, Lurkers and Vipers are much closer to what Protoss has to do with maintaining their expensive units and using them actually effectively, as opposed to just throwing them with the select army hotkey and seeing where they end up. What I'm pretty sure, and this is what pro players use a lot, is Trap had his disruptors on rapid fire. Like, you see Corrosive Bow, rapid fire, you can do the same thing with disruptors. Usually, there's not an occasion to use it. Some people do it with the Liberator sieges, but no Terrans here, thankfully. But I think he accidentally held down his rapid fire key a split second too long at the end there. And that means 5 disruptor shots came out in the same direction. There's arguments for both, but lead into my new point. Stargate. Trap did a great job with the Oracle last game. It is really an art, Oracle Micro. Trap is the Neo of Starcraft, if you would. I think there's a Brood War player named Neo, but ignoring that, there's a Brood War player named everything. Alright, let's pick a random English word, probably either after some sort of weather or season, and come up with something. Rain, snow, winter, unoriginal. Oracle on the way. Not flirting with a Phoenix or a Void Ray. That's a lot of links. By that I mean he made 10 to start, so I'm excited to see more Oracle Micro. I see Trap definitely does subscribe to the idea that you gotta do some damage to Zerg early. You gotta keep them, you gotta manage them, essentially. And from what we've seen of Reynor in the past and present, you gotta keep him under control, or he's gonna bring that 600 APM all over you. And it's not going to be very fun. Okay, calm down. Calm down. Stop. Stop. Jesus. Reynor. Those risks better be insured. Oh my god. He can afford it. Twilight and Forge behind. Is this intentional? 1 out of 3? Okay, he's mining full gas. Third base on the way. Welcome to Eternal Empire. The macro map. We're macroing everyone. Get with the program. Evo, Roach Warren. And a lair. Adepts holding their ground. The Oracle should save the day. Will he turn both on? No. Just the one. Don't want to waste that energy. A couple tickle beams chase down an Overlord. You gotta be a little careful about that. The Zergling's like, okay, what's gonna happen? What am I watching? The question was, is he actually gonna use the force field / force fields to save the Stalker? And he does. Jimmy! Reynor won game 1! I don't care if you want to give Protoss a handicap. You apologist! Stop watching Artosis.
Why?
Two Robos on the way. We've been seeing a lot more Colossus making their way into the meta. We've kind of, Storm and Immortal Archon Charizard have fallen off somewhat, with a much greater focus on the Robotics Bay in most matchups at the moment. We will see if that's what we should see the Robo Bay immediately. We're this far into the match. He's getting Blink, so that means gas isn't being saved as much for Archon. But is it going to be Colossus or just flat-out Disruptors? Yeah, Robo Bay's on the way. Interesting. And what does Reynor do? Another question. The best, if you scout it early somehow, the best counter would probably be Spire. Either a direct counter to Colossi or just having Mutas against someone who doesn't have Archons, or really much chance of Phoenixes here. Trap is managing Reynor's economy well enough. Like, he hasn't really slowed down bases, but his drone count isn't, like, it's not 90 to 50. At least right now. Last game, Reynor just kind of exploded after the 2-base attack, and never really slowed down on it. Zerglings looking for an angle, but don't find one. The Roaches and Ravagers making an opening. Our Colossus is on the way. Reynor finds an option. Will he get the... He's going to get the 4th. Wow. The Lings were already pulling away before the cancel. Reynor timed it perfectly. Shut down one of the Oracles as well. War Prism just chilling. Two Colossi on the way. Extended Thermal Lance in the mail. Charge. We're kind of just filling in the blanks here. The question will be for Reynor. When the Colossi are spotted, how does he deal with them? Is it just going to be Harpoons? Are we looking at getting straight to Vipers? Because until there's 3 or 4, I think 4 is a more realistic number. 4 is the number where even Roaches kind of start dying. That Oracle's in. Brandon, get him! There you go. Better dead than red. Warp Prism still chilling. Warping just as Reynor sends out a Scout Overlord to that exact location. Spire's on the way. timed out with the hive, so he's intending on Greater Spire. A hive and a spire take the same amount of time to build, fun fact. But not if you're Protoss. The Colossi taking a creative pathing here. But he knows where most of the army is. Bane drops, no +2, and a good reaction. And also, just even doing one Bane drop already puts that option on the table. And, well, now Trap is going to have to prepare for it. One Colossus saved by the Prism. Spreads out a few corrosive miles. That's a lot of Banelings. He's waiting for his moment. Trap is stepping forward. Reynor is maxed out. Trap's nearly there. He's got a nice amount of workers. But, well, the army supplies are heavily in favor of Trap. That has a tendency to happen when Reynor has 95 drones. So he needs his damage. But the Banelings from the back! The force fields need to be perfect! They have to be perfect! They're not perfect. The Banelings trickle through. Wait! Does he have any more? Is he out of energy? He built his own choke point. He didn't lose his sentries. Okay, never mind. They were perfect. Perfection looked like a little bit of damage, but not enough to actually kill the sentries. He ran out of energy, but not before the choke point was already there. He somehow held off the brunt of the Banes and also kept the Colossi alive. Trap near perfect management in making sure the Colossi don't trample their own force fields. Archons coming in from the side. They don't take no guff. Even though Reynor has so much guff to give. 48! No, zoom in. Thank you. 48 Banelings. Trap has nothing in production. Reynor has 48 Banelings. Well, Trap's nearly maxed, though. We're going to have to see another round. It's going to get harder to manage with all those Archons as well. Banelings from the back. Great force fields. The Archons holding the line. He force fields behind the Archons. He doesn't have any more. The Colossi taking splash damage. Most still intact. Holding. So many Colossi badly bruised. Retreating backwards. DTs show up to save the day. One Colossus goes down. The DTs hold the line. The invisible force fields. Is this campaign or is this the DreamHack Finals? It's impossible to tell. We must hold. The Colossi continue forward. 27, 17, 21, 28 kills and counting. Reynor had too many drones and not enough army. The Banelings crashed through the front, but the Colossi burned through everything else. Charge lots, stepping forward like the Legacy of the Void trailer. We're definitely campaign now. This is what I saw this on the box. I definitely saw this one on the box. 19 drones die, which Reynor's not going to be. That's a very optimistic recall there. But the last survivor. Wait. It is the campaign. Never mind. Everything died. Witness the apocalypse, I think, was the campaign objective. Reynor's at 640 average actions per minute. Trap at under half that, of course. Building Zerglings and Banelings takes a little bit more APM than building Colossi. But still, it does feel a little like a quantity over quality situation. DT's on the spores. The DTs have to carry a lot of this weight. What, are you gonna merge? It's merging time. Nope. Trap desperately refilling. He only has 9 gates, which sounds like a lot until you realize he's on enough economy right now. He could probably support about 12 or 14 if he really was warping on cooldown. Reynor just casually throwing out some corrosive biles to kill observers. He's maxed. He's just, like, I feel that's his default state. The 300 supply Zerg. The Colossus, the survivor of the first wave. He knows what's coming. More Banelings coming in. Does he have +2 attack? Those probes get one shot. Trap trying to hold. The Banelings trickling through, hitting the hardest targets. Another base is gone. 24 probes. There's some counterattacks on the other side. Banelings hitting whatever they can, which is almost everything. DT's cleaned up here and there. But Trap somehow... Oh, a charge lot flank from the back! He uses them as not a human wall, but a Protoss wall! He actually catches a huge clump of the Roach Ravager. Trap at the last second catches Reynor on the retreat. Reynor does not have a bank anymore. He doesn't have the economy to fall back on. How did this turn around? Well, that many Banelings. 129! And I'm not sure if that's even counting all of those, because sometimes if they just explode of their own volition, they don't count as a kill. But, oh my god, the Zergling counterattack, devastating. Adrenal Glands +2, this is it. Trap has this and nothing else. Corruptors have shown up to the party. The Colossi have a timer. There's no saving them. It's just how many swipes they can get off. The probes are dead. The Immortals are falling. The Colossi getting knocked to the ground. Disruptors show up. Shots are fired. The Corruptors no longer a threat to anything because all the Colossi have been removed. Reynor still has 92 army supply, but not all of it is here. It's Immortals and Archons with a couple Ruptors for flavor. He can't really recall. There's nothing to recall back to. DT show up. He just killed the detection. A classic tactic. But is it enough? The Corruptors decide they'll kill a base. There's like... did he only hit a creep tumor? How? Reynor with the precision perfect splits. You got this, bro. Reynor, overwhelming Trap. Again. Trap with some great micro. Some good decision making. But he just can't field the army strong enough to beat Reynor. That's what it feels like right now. I don't even know, like, if I was Trap, what do I do? If I would be so bold as to step into the gamer chair of Trap. Like, you don't want to say Cannon Rush. But... I'm not saying Cannon Rush. I'm saying that I'm not saying Cannon Rush. That's what I'm saying. And with that said, I mean, of course you're gonna send the wait, where's Reynor's drone going? Reynor. That's a very odd place to send a drone, don't you think? Reynor's sick of getting his hatch blocked. Let's put it that way. Goes in towards the main, gonna spot the pool. The rush distance is remarkably small. Even smaller so if you build your hatch at their natural, which he wasn't blocking. Massive oversight from Trap. So... I don't know what happens now. The question, like, Reynor has no gas, so he's not like trying to rush out roaches or something. Will he let the hatch finish? Because Trap isn't pulling more probes. He's gonna have a zealot, but the hatch will finish. Unless he pulls probes. So, Reynor's also expanding to his third. Trap's just calmly building zealots. Okay. Understanding Zerglings could be out. It feels like you shouldn't just let the hatch finish, to me. But I'm not in the DreamHack finals for some reason. So the hatch, there's just a hatch. And the Zealots the Zealots are not faster than Zerglings. But until Zerglings get speed, they're not that much slower. Creating an awkward situation. Trap a little supply blocked here because he was relying on a pylon on the other side of the map. Adept will chase. So the Zerglings are just in the main. He's doing a pseudo wall here, I guess. The Adept getting chased. Trap micros back. He's gonna have to juke out the Zerglings. Oh, Reynor! Oh, watch out! He slips through by killing the Ling. I don't know. Well, he tries to micro back the Adept, but now this is Reynor's creep. They're in the house. The Queen is building a creep tumor. He goes for it with the Zealot. He just barely gets it. That creep tumor could have delayed this hatch for so long. I mean, this Nexus. That creep tumor was so important to kill. Like, I don't think it's that big a deal that Reynor didn't get it, but that would have kept him from it. Like, he would have needed detection because the creep would have blocked the Nexus. God, that could have been so bad. Oh, he's building another one. I don't think that one actually creeps the Nexus. But now the Stargate's finishing. You can get an Oracle for Revelation, which only costs 25 energy now. It just doesn't last nearly as long. So the Stargate's finishing. Brenda! Recall me! Recall! That's for Protoss, Brenda. I hate you guys. Wait, does the creep block a Nexus? I mean, there's gonna be an Oracle. Wait, will she kill a Zealot? Oh, there's a lot of Adepts here now, too. God. Oh, he tries to spread the creep tumor. What a dick! Meanwhile, plenty of Zerglings coming out. I think he's figured out that Reynor has expanded to alternative bases. The Adepts jam themselves into a disgusting corner. Reynor only has 29 drones. It's not like he has a lot to fall back on. He really invested. This entire game has been an awkward battle, but this has been one of the most awkward. They'll target the everyone needs to just... Trap still can't expand. The creep tumor is finally killed. It was just barely enough. And we all know you can't build a... Why would... No, you just killed the tumor! Well, Reynor's gonna help him out. Just take your natural. He's long distance mining with probes. A little late on that, Trap. Meanwhile, though, that Zealot has no HP, but there is... Oh, why is there a probe? 2 Oracles and 2 Adepts. But Reynor doesn't have much in the main to defend. The Zerglings are scrambling back. A 3rd Oracle here. The Adepts find the main. He's gonna get some drones. A couple more drones die. Too many drones here. 4. And the Oracles come in before the 2nd Spore. Oh, this is real damage here. So far, 10 drone kills. That leaves Reynor 5 workers down. But Trap can't mine with all his workers because his expansion was blocked by creep up until a few moments ago. So, right now, Trap has a good economy if he could mine. Reynor has a bad economy but has denied the mining. And there's creep kind of around. And it looks like we're going to slow down a little bit for now. I don't know. 4 Oracles here. Oh, Brenda, who was responsible for the creep to the natural? You know we didn't expect this. Who could have planned for this? Oh. Oracle's just going for the larva. Oh, wait. 3 queens. It depends on the transfuses. I think those oracles are too bruised, and Trap doesn't want to risk it. 5 queens now. Just gonna kill the pilot on the low ground. Like, we're at the point at 7.5 minutes where usually it'd be around, like, 5. Maybe 5.5. Which is kind of remarkable that we're only 2 minutes behind, like, a semi-standard game. 5 oracles versus 4 queens. Brenda! Retreat! Barbara! Don't you have energy? No, I spent it on the... Oh, no! So the oracles win that battle. Unfortunately... Oh, a couple of synchronized drone murder. The oracles chasing down more drones. The spores making things difficult. Trap's trademark. But wait! The oracles are on the wrong side of the battle! There's only 1 shield battery. Shield battery overcharge. He doesn't have energy for overcharge. But, like, how can Reynor rely on that? He can't. An oracle draining on energy as well. He has energy in, like, 10 seconds for the overcharge. Oh, the oracle does move. You really think you were going to hit that, Reynor? That's optimistic. He killed the cyber core. No more adept sentries or stalkers. But he does have archons on the way. For some unknown reason, shield battery overcharge is used. He's just gonna back up. The oracles are back. They don't have much energy, but they have enough. Reynor's counterattack was pretty devastating here, but he is going to lose most of the units with it. How are they even on workers? Okay, Reynor just finished a couple more. How is Reynor ahead on workers? He does have 3 hatches, but still. What a game. Evo Chamber, Zergling counterattack. No! No! Deny! No third! Every base will be fought for and challenged and struggled on both sides. Trap definitely struggling more, but he's had the better army, whereas Reynor has been trying to he's been trying to keep his economy intact. The workers themselves. What is the tech now? We're trying to figure out. We're looking at the tech tree, and it's very confusing. Roach speed and more queens versus charge, immortals, and archons. I recognize those, but the road we've taken to get here is unique, we'll say. That's one way to put it. Very creative. I've never seen anything quite like this. But how does it end? And does it end here? Trap is on 2 base. His main is mining out. A force field just on the spore. Roaches holding the line. The Zerglings draw a few shots back. The Roaches need that in order to maintain a critical mass. The Oracles have not yet been brought into the fray. There are spores. More charge lots. Breaks the force fields. I'm not sure if that helped or hurt. I think it hurt. Reynor driven back. There's that one spot with no creep that he has to fall back to. Roach speed is done. Archons bruised and broken. There's another badly hurt Archon, but there are 3 immortals now. Still, though, Reynor bringing in reinforcements. And another round of charge lots. Some queens from the 3rd. Reynor pushback. He's also taking a 4th, which was optimistic. As was that Evo Chamber. Some more corrosive biles. Trap playing it very careful, but not too careful, which is very key as Reynor continues producing. No other upgrades but speed upgrades, pretty much, for both sides. More corrosive biles. Breaks through. Locks out a whole lot of units. The drones left alone. 14 down. Corrosive bile gets the... No, too slow. He gets the sentries. The Archons taking a bruising here. The fight is taking forever. The Spore Crawler outflanks the Prism, but he gets away at the last second. Reynor loses 20 drones. The force field's too much. The Prism intact, and the reinforcements it brings. Devastating. One last queen going for the Prism. Doesn't stop the warp in, though. The natural vulnerable. Reynor gets the Prism, but there's still immortals and an Archon. The Broodlings participating in the fight. Trap is in Reynor's main. The drones retreat. He's down to 36. He's expanded behind. Reynor has lost so much. But it isn't. It's bad. I'm not gonna lie. It's really bad. But somehow it isn't over. Is he gonna recall or not? You're gonna recall? Do you have energy? He's gonna kill the Archon. What? Just hit the Archon. He's trying to trigger the barriers. Here come the drones, pulled into battle again. The Immortals do devastating damage. They murder the Queen. The Immortals are finally killed. There's nothing on the other side. He's down so many drones, but somehow Reynor doesn't die. He's got more army supply. There are 8 gates, though, and Trap has 50 probes, which is enough to warp in here. I don't know. Reynor is now in desperation mode. Trap knows it. Reynor knows it. Everyone knows it. Corrosive Bile. And once that shield battery finishes, any amount of time, there is no economy left. He's going to lose essentially all his mining. Everything is leaned into this. If as long as the corrosive biles don't land, Trap is looking great. They don't land. Trap looking great. 2-1. Yeah. Game 4. The fact that Reynor, well, Trap had the most calm response to someone building a hatchery in his natural that I think he possibly could have. He had 1 probe and then a zealot just kind of casually attacking it. Like, there's a hatch inside of your wall. It didn't actually end up being much of an issue, and Trap really embraced the mantra of don't panic. I know there's a hatch in your base, but that means he has at least 1 less hatch on his side of the map. And that felt like the thought process for Trap most of the game. Really? The sickest mineral micro, denying potentially dozens of minerals. Upwards of maybe 20. If he does it perfectly. Bouncing the drones away, because the mineral patches are like, well, I'm being mined. Okay, I'm taken. And the drones are like, but no, it's just a probe. Well, I don't discriminate based on race. The mineral patch, aggressively neutral in this conversation. He's not even gonna mine you. He's just teasing. I don't care. I like it. Okay, mineral patch, stop talking. It's weird, to be honest. I liked you better in Brood War when you just couldn't form a complete sentence. Or have any sort of intelligence whatsoever. And we're in random places on random maps. That was much better. And also I could mine 8 of you at a time. Anyways. Are you saturated yet? Overlord scouts a gateway. Surprising no one. I wonder if we'll see a cannon rush here. We're running out of opportunities. This is a pretty common cannon rush map because you can jam a single pylon block in, I believe, right behind this mineral patch. That might not be the spot. Maybe it's over here. I don't know. There are some ridiculous locations. You might think that not like map making, you just copy paste the same map. But you have to be so careful. Maps have been worked out to the point. There's a reason the minerals have to be a certain distance from the edge of the map, because otherwise liberators become invulnerable. Reaper cliffs, blink stalkers, like cannon rushes. But there's a lot to consider. A Zergling gets in. doesn't really see anything. He sees a Stalker, but the Overlord could have covered that. Yes. The sweet... Oh my god. Sweet, sweet stench of a Dark Templar drop. Like battery acid combined with day-old pizza left to soak in the box. A little cheesy, but mostly uncomfortable. Will he just go straight into Archons, or is he going to work the DTs to start? You gotta try with the DTs, right? Like, you gotta give it a shot. Spore Crawler's coming up for Reynor. I think you're under an obligation if you build a Dark Shrine to at least try with the DTs. Usually you do end up with the He may be masking this as an adept play. It seems to be working thus far, but there's a spore building. No, a spine, rather. A spine indicates he does think it's an adept play. There is no spore at the third. Don't you just build an Archon, you coward! Okay. Thank you. Oh, Reynor saw it with the Ovi. He saw that he didn't see anything warping in. He saw the animation. Surround her with lings! Okay. The DT. Wow. I'm home, boys. Why? The High Templar and Dark Templar don't get along very well. Though they can merge because of the desperate circumstances of the Brood War. The Templar archives finally realized, like, well, we probably shouldn't discriminate against the Dark Templar because there's no one else! But also ignore Zeratul. He's a crazy old man who's been smoking too much Terrazine. Him and Stetman just hanging out on Belshir, coming up with fresh new prophecies. I bet Zeratul and Stetman would get along, like a buddy cop kind of comedy. Like Stetman would do all the forensic research badly, and then Zeratul would blink behind people, stun them, tell them about why they're under arrest, and then stab a Psyblade through their throat. But he would do it very gravely. So, like, it has to come to this. This is the only way to save the universe. It's like, well, calm down. Let's start with your souls, Zeratul. Stetman's like, bring me back some samples for my research. He meant Terrazine. He always means Terrazine. Well, BT very optimistic. We're going to Robo Bay. There's a potential. Immortal Stalker timing. Reynor has been chasing Dark Templar for a while now. He's only lost, well, he's lost 7 drones, which isn't much in the scheme of things. He's up a few. He was supply blocked, surprisingly, which actually has slowed him down a bit here. And means the 4th base may have to be canceled. Oh, the Zealot! The Zealot wasn't on hold possession! That means not much, because, oh, the Zerglings. I'm not locked in here with you! Okay, maybe I am. I'm leaving. Trap gets the 4th base. He forces the cancel, and he backs off. That's... I like the... Whoa, 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 whoa! Who's flanking who? The force fields hold Reynor at bay temporarily, very temporarily. The handful of Zerglings trying to slow things down. You gotta save those Immortals! The Warp Prism getting distracted. There's Protoss on both sides, whereas Reynor consolidates his forces. Is there a force field? Is there energy? 45 energy, but you don't want to risk it. Meanwhile, 2 hallucinated Phoenix that really wanted to be War Prisms in the main. What's in there? Is that a double barrel shotgun? No. I love the double barrel, like the double disruptor drops. Not very cost effective and very high risk, high reward. Wow. Nice shot. Nice shot. Thanks. What a save. 4th base coming up for Trap after a little bit of grievances from Reynor. Why did I was trying to come up with like a town hall meeting joke where the Zerglings were like, actually, I do have a problem with a Nexus there. You're not allowed. In fact, it says with my Hatch Owners Association and my, well, I really don't think that the Hatch lowers the Nexus will lower the property values of everyone. There should only be hatches, and so on and so forth. But Trap kind of steamrolls the Zerglings and takes his 4th because, I mean, they're Zerglings. That's how it do. Just now getting an infestation pit is Reynor. I say that because usually you'll see a hive starting by the point Colossi are really coming into effect. That's a lot of Ravagers. That's where the gas was going. 16 Ravagers. Or the cool, poorly translated version that I hear a lot, especially when the Europeans wake up on Twitch. The Revenges. Like a much less, a much clunkier version of the Avengers. I do like Revengers better than Ravagers. It sounds cooler. I do agree with that. Hive starts. Just Blink Stalkers holding the line for now. What are the ground upgrades? +2 melee, 1-shot Banelings, if he had a Baneling nest, which he does, and Baneling speed. Zerglings pulling back. Army's just moving all around the minimap. I'm trying to keep track here. So many Ravagers. More like a juicy disruptor shot. Honestly, though, the Colossi, once they get to, I think 4. 4 is the number. He has 3. 4 is the number when you start really just burning through roaches as well. There's nothing in the wall! The Zerglings are in! Trap was maxed out! He couldn't warp in it even if he did see it, but Rainer's looking the other way! A lot of the Ravagers are caught! Devastating damage will be dealt on both sides! The main base shredded by Zerglings! The natural gone as well! DTs won't save it! He blinks over the top, over the Banes! Body block force field! The Colossi as well! Everything coming apart for both sides! Who will win the base trade? The economy eviscerated for Trap, but the army broken for Reynor. He breaks through the 4th. 35 probes lesser. The Lings are finally cleaned up. He had to warp in on that side. The Colossi going through. Even the Overlords, they thought they were safe. No one is safe. The Evo Chamber with +1 around the Banelings, but that's 4 Colossi. Body blocks with the Stalkers. The Blink coming in. The drones coming in. A Colossus falls. DT's in the mix. That's too much. Trap has the splash damage. Banelings aren't going to solve this problem. The DTs recognize the lack of detection. Doesn't matter what upgrades finish or what don't. Because right now, Raynor's right to match point has been denied. Trap ties it up 2-2. Wow, that went from, I mean, it was a pretty intense game, but it just stepped it up to another scale. We went from, like, that game was like 5 seasons of a sci-fi, just like a B-rate sci-fi, where every season the enemy just gets more and more powerful. It's like, oh, we gotta save my true soulmate. We gotta save The town. We gotta save the planet. We got wait, the galaxy? The whole oh, the universe now. Okay, yes, the universe. He's gonna destroy the universe? Okay. Alright. I'm still on the buddy cop thing, by the way. I barely paid attention to that game. There's something there. 2-2. All tied up, going into the Death Aura. We're gonna get at least 6 games here. Oh, yes, of course. The universe. No. The multiverses. The infinite existence of the universe and all the multiverses to the end of time, and then the universes after that. We don't just have one person's problem. We have a 3-body problem now. But at the end of the day, it comes down to whether or not you have a zealot on hold position, whether or not you have the army that can actually fight. And this is why I was getting concerned. This is why I was getting concerned about the hive timing. Because Reynor not having a hive ready as Trap is maxing out with that robo-based army, you don't have Vipers to pull in those key units. And even if you're maxed out, which Reynor didn't have all his army together, your army just isn't as good as a maxed out Protoss army, literally in sheer cost. You need the Vipers or Lurkers or something like that, or you have to find a way to split off parts of it. But even the Zergling counterattack didn't split off nearly enough to stop Trap from being able to take the fight. I don't know what Reynor could have done better. That was actually a really close game there. And Trap putting the screws to Reynor a little, which I don't even know what that means, but I know the context in which it is used, so I will as well. It's like really elbow greasing up his micro. No, don't use it like that. That's weird. Okay. I'll stop. No guff. Stop it. Please stop. You know, Reynor's quite a square. What? That doesn't even make sense in context. A Twilight Council. He's had more success with these. The Stargate has, like, the Stargate on its own has been kind of shut down by Reynor. Like, the just casual Stargate into third. But the Twilight options definitely take a different dimension, literally on the ground. But we haven't yet seen the Slim Shady build. The 50 Shades with Glaives. And I will never miss an opportunity to bring this out. Is it time? Or does he just do the Dark Shrine again? We will see! And there it is! Here we go. We've all been waiting for finally the Glaives game. He might not be on the poster, but Trap is definitely billed pretty high in the cast. Rated 6.9 on IMDb. Reynor knows exactly what this is, but he did invest in Overlord speed. Which, yes, now he gets a good scout, but is another 100 gas he used. So, I hope Reynor can teach me how to deal with this build. I've seen a few options. So here's how Lambo says that, well, he learned from Dong Regu and most players use now. If you scout this coming, couple spines, keep building queens, bunch of lings until the Roach Horn finishes. No more than 40 drones. Reynor's at 39. So you just spam lings, and then when the Roach Horn finishes, you work in roaches. You have to crush it, and then ideally you go across and either cancel or counterattack into the third. But a lot of creep, a lot of queens, a lot of lings, and then roaches. The timings are very important. It's not like just build lings and then roaches. But now he should only be building roaches. He has the lane count. And Trap, what's it on him? The question will be, does he take a third? He's getting more gas, which means he's probably going to build a Robo Bay. We're going to see Disruptors! But maybe just Immortal Sentry if he's boring. Leave it to Parting to do that, alright? I should probably commentate the Adepts that are already in the base, by the way. The Queens. Don't transfuse, nobody! Come on! Classic. Wait, no, there's no units here, though. He can just kill all the drones. Why aren't you killing all the drones? He's murdering the Queen! Linda! Recalls out and picks up the other Adept. Wow, Trap. Was this worth it? I mean, he killed the Queens instead of the drones. Not all... Like, he killed 3 Queens and 0 drones. Reynor didn't have a huge drone count. I don't know. Like, there are now sentries and immortals. 4 more gates on the way as he's building a decoy third. He's pretending. Trap is pretending like he wants to take a third. But we know that's a fake. He's stopping probe production. He's adding 4 more gates after killing an overlord. We know what he's up to. Does Reynor. It's just another... Like, he's just going to build way more gateway units. He's not even going to build the Nexus, I don't think. Because he has a Warp Prism. He kept it alive, right? It's with the... Where are you? What? Why are you here? Reynor, I think, got a glimpse of this. He hasn't seen it yet. This should be the first glimpse. Reynor's at 65 drones! Oh, no! He did not see. Oh my god. What a fake on the third. Reynor was absolutely convinced he was taking a third. Oh, and Trap locks down the few roaches that are here at the third. Knocks them out. The force field's more than enough. Trap. Reynor got fully bamboozled. He was hoodwinked. He was fooled. And now he is the fool indeed. The Roach one goes down. The Adepts kind of went the wrong way there, but it should be fine. Save the Immortals, repositioning, quote unquote. Actually, though, losing all that, the Adept shading there was a bit of a mistake. Like, that really didn't need to happen. Reynor still has 60 drones. If Reynor ends up holding this, it's because that Adept shade really should have been canceled. Does he just dunk on it? Shades right through. Roachhorn on the way again. He can only build Lings. There's not really Queens to get the Prism. Trap should have this under control. The Immortals are blasting through the Roaches. The Zerglings are trickling in, but they get cut down immediately. Brenda! Where am I going? It looks really tough in there. There's just too much. Reynor does not have the units he needs. And Trap goes to match point. 3-2. He's not looking to repeat the defeat to a European Zerg. Not this time. But going into potentially the last game, Reynor struggling against Trap's timings, getting overrun. It really didn't feel like that. I can't believe he bit so hard. Making that many extra drones. I mean, really? But Reynor was fully ready to go to that mid-late game, which he usually thrives in, and ignored the fact he could just build more gates. But Jimmy says, match point, a quick advertisement. Thank you guys for watching. If you can pause that block, that'd be awesome. I'll be right back. Hey everybody, I'm Winter, and I'm here to talk to you about Angry Coach. Do you want to learn things you could have learned for free, but less effectively? Are you a less than 3,000 MMR Terran player who thinks Bronze League heroes are people to look up to? Are you a Protoss player with too much disposable income and not enough IQ? Are you just a Zerg player who has only made Zerglings their entire career? Well, then Angry Coach might be for you. Check it out every Thursday on YouTube with an Angry Coach marathon, or almost every Sunday night, unless the schedule changes, in which case it's other times. But if you don't know how to read, you'll never know. But you're perfect for Angry Coach. So, check out Angry Coach today, or every Thursday on YouTube. And if you're on YouTube watching this video right now, make sure to like and subscribe and ring the bell, and don't let it autoplay that loco version of the same cast of DreamHack, but instead, click on that pro game playlist or even search it out, and you'll find more casts just like this one. Or if you don't like it, not like this one, totally different, I'm sure, 100% different. Whatever you love, you'll find it by watching all of the videos. Thank you, try Angry Coach, like and subscribe, good luck, have fun. Thank you guys for sticking around. I know ads are annoying, but we got to thank our sponsors out there. We're back to the DreamHack Grand Final. DreamHack Masters Fall 2020. I forget if they're going to have a winter tournament. I haven't signed the papers on that yet. But one of the biggest events of the entire year. And Trap is 1 game away. Yeah, we get it. What, Jimmy? Calm down with the graphs. But can he see why drones love the taste of Glaive Adepts? Oh, I started that joke in my head. I forget what the start was now. That was the second half of a joke, like most of my commentary. But I just didn't say the first part out loud, and now I completely forgot it. But it was great, believe me. Okay, 100%. Just out of nowhere. Cinnamon Toast Glaives. Wait. Yeah. It's somewhere in there. Anyway. Now we're here. Reynor just decided, oh, he's just taking the third because the probe getting all up in his business. Always with the problems. Trap, still no cannon rushes. We're running out of, in fact, we may be out of options for cannon rushes. I don't know if it's that Zergs have figured it out. Trap isn't confident. He doesn't think it's a high percentage play. I'm not sure. It does feel like a build you should break out. But I guess a lot of Zergs have taken to expanding to the third, essentially no matter what, which makes it a little tougher to commit to a cannon rush, unless you're going to go straight out for the kill. And that's a little tougher to do. What are we going to see this game? The Twilight Council has fared very well for Trap. All his wins have been off the back of a Twilight Council. I mean, every game pretty much has had a Twilight, but opening up with it. What will we see this time? We're back to the Stargate. All right. Wants to mix it up. As a Protoss, you kind of you have a deck of builds, essentially. Because, like, sometimes you're playing your cheese, like you're doing your timings. Maybe you're working on... like, sometimes you go for the quick third, sometimes you fake the third. That's an important part. But sometimes you go for your macro, and sometimes you gotta play your trap card. But it really depends on what you draw. And Reynor has to figure that one out. Oracle to start. The Oracles have done very well. Oh, Trap's Oracle Micro might be the best. The problem is the sheer amount of drones that oracles can get are pretty limited unless you do something else as well, like getting adepts in or something like that. Ooh, the Zerglings surround and kill one adept, force the other to shade out. I don't think they'll get it. It's gonna be very close though. That adept very uncomfortable now. There are already 2 queens in perfect position to deal with the oracle. Does a little bit of drive-by melting. 3 drones for that much HP on the oracle doesn't... At least it didn't lose it. But it's hard to feel satisfied unless you get at least half a dozen or so. Immediately Twilight and Robo behind it. 2 oracles looks to be the end of it for now. The Spore about to finish. He might have an... Oh, no. If he had not stopped, he would have had another 2 or 3 seconds. Which means more drones would have died and the Oracle probably would have lived. But that is a quite literal example of every second counts. Couple of depths. Find some drones at the 3rd. Reynor doesn't have a ton of drones. He's at 43. Adding more, but... he's slowed him down. The problem with this style is following it up. Like, going Stargate into a whole nother part of the tech tree takes time. It takes money. And that, like, it's different than going from, like, an Adept build with a Warp Prism to another follow-up attack. Because you already have the Twilight. You already have usually the Warp Prism unless you've made a terrible mistake. So, you can get more kills and get less done with the Stargate. And that's the issue Trap is facing right now. Oh, no! Oh, no, no, no! That could have been devastating. Just getting this spotted is rough. But losing any Templar there is a critical blow. Has to use the Oracle to protect them. It looks like Reynor getting a little bit of everything now. Spreading the creep. Gonna block out with what he has. The Archon drop. Oh, Brenda! Why are they right in front of us? They're so large. You're so large, Brenda. Don't kid yourself. Thank you. Moving on. Charge halfway done. No Forge. No Forge means I think Trap is not so interested in macroing it out, if you will. But then he starts 3 more probes. He does add on going up to 9 gates with charge here. Usually you see 8. That's why, like, and at this level, you don't just add an extra gate for your health. I mean, maybe for your health, literally, but not figuratively. So I think this is just a huge charge lot follow-up. I think Reynor's about to figure that out as well. A few Archons, a couple of Mortals, and then a whole lot of charge lots. Archon's just working through. He's going to want to bring that Prism in with the rest of the team here. Oh, Brenda and her knitting crew. This is the different... Oh, no, 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 no! Whoa, whoa, whoa! No, that Prism is the most important thing you have! The entire attack is based on that Prism! Oh... It's a disaster! Brenda and the knitting crew puncturing the Prism and poking pestilent holes in the Protoss power and the potential to really... Nope, that's it. I'll get through with that attack. The Prism was everything, and now Trap is scrambling. There are Lings in the main. There's a Stalker trying to wall itself off with the Templar Archives, which is just sad out of context. This is not a great fight for the Roaches. But Reynor now has reached... He's about to go full Reynor. What I mean by that, 4 bases. We're looking at potentially 80 drones. He's not there yet, but if Trap isn't able to counterattack soon, he's going to get everything he wants and more. What would more be? I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure he has 600 APM. He's a pretty imaginative guy. Oh, we needed that prism so badly. Oh my god. Like, rarely can a game depend on one unit now that the mothership core has been removed. But that prism was everything. I can't believe. Wow, that's such a huge mistake. Yeah, Trap is adding on a forge. He's building disruptors like he meant it. Breaks the army on the right, but the one on the left, the disruptor shots, he whips out both, which means Reynor can just come back around. He knows that the disruptors are used, even if they are dangerous. It's a relatively short cooldown, but it feels like forever when the Ravagers are staring you down. $83 drones for Reynor. All he needs is his infestation pit. And then he has his hive in the mail, and that should be able to seal the deal. Not that the game is over, I'm just saying just having options to counter essentially everything. But Reynor's not maxed out yet, neither is Trap. The income heavily in favor of the Zerg now. Obviously Trap is on 3 base, he's not building probes either. He's all about that army supply. 31 Banelings being built, but Baneling speed is about a minute off. Another Oracle comes in with a great revelation. Roach is counterattacking. Good luck with that 4th base. Trap trying to recreate the decisive engagement of last game. Great hit with the disruptors. Looking for Banes. He overshoots. Comes in with another disruptor shot, but he misses the mark. So close to getting so many of those Banelings. The Roaches are in the natural. Disruptor attempts it. Reynor is base trading. Deja vu. We've just been in this situation before. But does Trap have enough to break through as Reynor is pushing into the natural? The 4th base is vulnerable. Why is there an Evo chamber here? I don't know, but it's about to be gone, and with it +2 ranged attack. 15 probes, though, will go down trying to defend. The army supplies are in favor of Trap as he comes down this ramp. But there's a lot of Banelings. Where are the disruptors? Fire the shots! He fires! Doesn't catch much! Banelings crashing through! Where's the warp prism? Where are the reinforcements? He needs to warp in more. I don't know. The prism is so far back. The Banelings close the distance. Kill a disruptor. Immortals and Archons trying to hold. Reinforcements coming in from an awkward angle. The Oracle getting involved. Drops a revelation. 3 base to 3. Trap on the cusp of becoming the DreamHack Masters champion. But not able to land the hits with the disruptors. He just needs 1 or 2 good ones. Even though Reynor is ahead on supply, it's Ravagers, it's Roaches. It's just not that scary. He just needs to find the hits before Reynor gets back up and running and sprinting. And sprinting and then flapping his little tiny Zergling wings a little bit. Moving a short distance and then sprinting again. Maybe they should just grow bigger wings. Who knows what could happen. Moving on. Stalkers now pressing in towards the 4th. Ravagers, a couple Banelings mixed in there though, hard to spot. How many disruptors? We got 6 disruptors. Throws a shot. Huge! Big hit. That's a great one to open things up. The 4th base, counterattack shut down. Reynor's supply is dangerously close to even. More Banelings. He blinks forward. I guess the Banelings decide, you know, that's the best we're going to get. Trap attempts to not shoot himself in the face, which is a laudable goal. You don't want to chainy this one. 10 and 11. Lings and Banes. Another disruptor. Finds 1 Ravager. Another one. Finds 1 Ravager. Another one. Gets nothing. The double barrel shotgun prism. Yo, unphase the prism. Unphase the prism. You're stressing me out so much right now, Trap. Oh my god. Stop. No. No. Stop it. Don't you dare. Don't. Thank God. It was bait! I don't know if it was bait or just convenient, but that's very risky bait. I don't think it was. I think he just forgot about it. But meanwhile, Charizard's trying to break through in the bottom right. I'm sorry. What's happening? What am I watching? Banelings looking for an opportunity. Disruptors marching forward with the Protoss army. Army supplies dead even. Banelings for the back! Banelings for the back! The Immortals try to hold the line. The Banelings crash into the Raptors! Who goes boom first? He gets chased back. A Disruptor fade away through the bushes. He's not going to find it, but charge lots, counterattacking, not finding many drones, but at least drags some of the Lings back. The drones transferred to one of those fresh new bases. 61 to 72 workers. The drone count isn't overwhelming. There is no hive for Reynor. There is no infestation pit. So actually, despite some tough fights from Trap, he does have a strong mid-game Protoss army, which overall usually beats a Hatch Lair Tech army from Zerg, especially without an overwhelming economy. Without the hive for adrenal glands, for vipers, against disruptors and archons, the Ravager Ling Bane is one bad fight away from losing at least a couple more bases, like earlier. But Reynor not building that infestation pit. He's leaning on the Lings, Banes, Roaches, and Ravagers. What am I watching here? You gotta be... Disruptors can be more of a danger to your probes than the Banelings who refuse to die right now. Trap is heading... What is happening? What am I watching? Okay. Alright. We'll come back to that. +2... Alright. Alright. Oh, there they go. They're gonna have +2 as well. Alright. Where are you going, little Baneling? Charge lots, Banelings, explosions, butchery, carnage, massacre! Meanwhile, though, the meat of the Protoss army, with a whole lot of dessert in those disruptors. A very sugar-filled diet for Trap. I had a follow-up to that, but we'll get there. Oh, just like the disruptor shots, my joke's not really landing the way Trap needs them to. Ravagers, Lings, Banes. I've said that before, I'll say it again as Reynor refuses to build anything else. Reynor at 650 average. Oh my god! Double barrel shotgun! Lands a couple! A quadra barrel shotgun straight out of Borderlands! Oh my god. Meanwhile, what is this? He has Blink Stalkers and a Prism. He's going at it. The Corrosive Biles, the Disruptors, the Banelings. I'm just describing all the units now, but it really does come down to the micro, or the lack thereof. There's a lot of units that can end the game within a couple seconds. Goodbye. One shot, one kill. But only if it's an observer. The ultimate battle! He just recalls the Zealots, okay. So the Disruptors want to take a shot at this, but the Ravager Ling Bane will kill it before the shot actually goes off. The one time he's wishing for those old school Ruptors. Not again. The Queens are back. They've killed Prisms before, and they'll do it again with no hesitation. Finally, Reynor catching up on those upgrades. Where is the infestation pit? Where is the hive? Where is the Colossus? No one knows. Scouting Colossus. Non-scouting Colossus over on the right side. 29 more Banelings. Ravagers trapped by Banelings. He drops a Disruptor, which was something he can do. He frees the Ravagers. How kind. He chases him with... It's just for show, okay? Like they're friends. No, come back. Go get him. You left him at the gas station. No, come back. Come back. Oh, God. He started walking. Another base. Should be canceled at the very least. Trap sends out units. He's bringing a couple Archons with this, not making sure Lings won't solve the problem anymore. Reynor still on lair tech, essentially. Oh, some great disruptors. The fadeaway shot. He's chasing him up a ramp, but are there enough disruptors? The Banelings close the distance. The Stalker's body block. Counterattack, eviscerating 15 drones. Reynor down to 74. No, 64. The income's drawing near even. Trap maintains an even army supply. Warping 3 more Archons. The Banelings must be rebuilt. The Ravagers must be protected. Blink Stalkers going forward. There will be no retreat. The armor cleaned up on the left side, but many of the Lings are there with it. And those are needed to deal with the Stalkers. The Colossi, on the other hand, are knocking at the door. And Reynor doesn't have that much of an answer. He wraps around the back, catches an Archon, a costly pickup. But he gets it. Here comes Reynor from every angle. Oh my god, what a split! Meanwhile, the Archons are getting whittled down. The Disruptors finish the job. The Lings drawing the Colossus fire. The Disruptors are on cooldown. Trap is retreating. A tactical withdrawal. No, a total rout. There's no splash damage left. Reynor, his Zerglings at the end of the day, his 600 and... Oh my god. Trap couldn't manage all sides of that fight, but when you have multiples of 360 APM, you can manage 360 degrees and force the Protoss army to walk away. Another couple dozen Banelings. We got shield upgrades completing. He decided on shields before +3 weapons, because he has, I guess, so many Archons and Blink Stalkers, and Disruptors don't care about weapon upgrades. Reynor has only 61 drones, a double shotgun. Disruptors. Oh, those are mistakes you cannot afford. Reynor still struggling. Oh, almost hits it. Almost lines up the shot. Trap can't really give up this base, but this is not a position he wants to be in. The Disruptors are not great on defense. The Nexus falls, 15 probes alongside it. Another Disruptor finds a decent mark. He's getting good hits, but they're not good enough. It's still lair tech, but he has the numbers. He's managing the splits and the counterattacks and the flanks and the corrosive biles, maintaining the creep and the larva injects, which are ridiculously important at this stage when you're building this. Really? Was he using a disruptor to eat mainling hits? Well, it didn't work out, did it? Big charge loud attack. Are you going to go for the hatch? He gets the hatch, at least. Recalls out the Archons. Will they live? They're out of here. Are they trapped? Now the... Oh, never mind. What's happening? There are disruptors everywhere. He finds 4 drone kills. Just walk right out. Trap down at 120 supply, losing small and large things everywhere. Reynor doesn't have that many drones. That means his army supply is fearsome. And at 23 minutes, an infestation pit. Here comes Trap again, finishing what he started. Here comes the Banelings! Oh my god, what a commit! But he times it out to the last second. The Disruptors beaten by their own kind. The Banelings, but wait! Trap still has, like, he lost all his Banelings here. So, it's just Colossi. We've seen this story before. Here come the Lings. The one thing that doesn't counter this. We've got to see the juggling. Not Cirque du Soleil. Dreamhack Masters, but he can't juggle the last Colossus. There are so many Zerglings, almost entirely Zerglings. But the splash damage is gone. We're cowering in the Prism. The shield battery overcharge denied. Now he uses the Prism the Prism to power the battery. Is that going to be enough to hold? No, the battery is gone. The base has nothing left to protect it. One desperate Colossus. There's next to no more mineral patches. How many times will this Nexus fall? I don't know how many, but this will be the last. Reynor has outpaced Trap just enough. And for the last time... Oh, Brenda! Welcome back! Thank you! We're here for the creep. We heard there was a problem. No? Okay. Why that way, though? Oh, ah! Oh, there's what? Oh, he's gonna go for the Colossus drop. Can I get the kill count? 70? 76 kills? Go for 100, bro. Get the kill streak. When do I get the tactical nuke? The Zerglings, though, so they don't have adrenal glands. There's just, well, which means the Archons actually can drive them back. The Colossus is microing back across the map. Trap. He was so close. That first prism that died to the Queens, that he was riding a lot on that. This game has gone on well past it, but no longer. As Reynor loses 600 Zerglings with 664 actions per minute. But he loses 10,000 more resources. But the one thing he doesn't lose is the game. Match 7. I mean, a 7-game finals that, there aren't a bunch of one. Every game has been close. Like, this is one of the best finals I have ever seen of a Premier tournament. Like, you think about it, there's always games you remember, but each of these games has been amazing and ridiculously close, whether through some mistakes or some amazing plays. Well, don't worry, we still got one chance to ruin that. How many times have we seen this? Where the map that is vetoed sometimes by default is now the final one. I jokingly say Game 7 map for this reason. Well, we're on Game 7, and we're here on Golden Wall. The most unique map in the pool. Oh, Reynor. Oh, he gets his hatch down. I think, 15 or 16? Calculated. What will Trap do? I feel like the longer this series goes on, the harder it gets for Trap as the Protoss, because you only have so many Trap cards left. So, he didn't pull out the Cannon Rush. 0 for 7 on Cannon Rushes. I think you go Stargate. I think you fall back to Stargate. The probe get a kill? It did not. Like, Twilight seems like a gamble. If you guys remember, oh my god, the last DreamHack Finals, the final map, was Golden Wall, where he lost to Cyril 4-1. He did an Adept all-in, and kind of botched it. Now it's 3-3 against Reynor. And we're on Golden Wall. What's it gonna be? Goes for the Stargate after Warp Gate. Which is to mask it. Like, people read in too much, I think, sometimes to the details. Like, the fact he built Warp Gate and didn't delay it for the Stargate might throw Reynor off. Because 90% of the time, like, that became essentially a tell. You're going Stargate, you delay Warp Gate. I'm sure Reynor was watching for it. You can see, like, every Protoss building gets excited and lights up. So the problem with masking your Stargate is if two Zerglings just kind of walk in your base, then it's going to become a little more difficult to hide the Stargate, because two Zerglings just walked into your base. Well, they kind of, like, jumped and did their little, like, skip, like they're more like a dog than a person. But, and much more dangerous. Yeah, so any mind games are now out the window because the two Zerglings jumped through the window. Wait. Or out of the window after it? Now it doesn't work. Either way, you get it. It's a euphemism. What is the follow-up? 2 more gas. Will we see a Twilight immediately? Could it be another Stargate? Do I list the rest of the tech tree? It looks like he wants the 3rd on the low ground, which is a clever move. Wonder if Reynor will expect this. There are 3 queens there. Whoa, 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 whoa! Very optimistic. Gets 1 drone, which is about the best I think he's going to get. I like the 3rd base, utilizing the mineral walls here on Golden Wall. Another Oracle heading out. He's mining all that gas. So, I'm excited, and a little concerned to see where Trap goes from here. All right, robotics facility. Oracle's coming in for more. Don't like what they see. Back right back out. Back right back out. Yes. And then hit the enter key and you will unlock 500 APM. Jesus, Reynor. What are you even doing? To the Reynor can we go? Ladies, please. Trap thought he might get a queen. The precision is what's striking. Like, so quickly putting a hatch. You know, we all do it. We bring a drone to the base, and then we move it around a little, like, is that the right spot? Yeah, that's the right spot. Reynor, boom, boom. That's a tiny taste. If you want, look, while these links get shut out, you can check the rest of the channel. I did a few first-person casts of Reynor and other top players like Sarah. So make sure to check those out instead of letting the local video autoplay. Like and subscribe! Oracles, not big fans of hatcheries. Just never get the opportunity to voice their displeasure. Displeasure? Yep, that's the one. We're falling apart! Hopefully Trap doesn't. Slash Reynor. I guess it's game 7. Who am I rooting for? I feel like Reynor's a little bit of like a fun villain character. He's like a Tychus. Ironically enough. Like, he's got a bad boy side, but he's a fun character who knows how to get the job done. It's like, well, couldn't you just go with Reynor? No, I'm not going with whatever name he thought he liked in Italian when he was 12. Oh god, Ricky and the boys! Is this... Wait. That's such a cliche strategy on this map. Not the roaches just breaking through, but Swarm Host Nidus. We're going rogue! Just kind of kills the cyber core. Trap overcharges the battery, but doesn't actually reshield the cyber core in time. It's Swarm Host Nidus time. I'm not exactly sure how Trap plans on dealing with this. I mean, we're gonna see it. How many cyber cores will we see die? What has he seen? He hasn't seen Swarm Host. He hasn't seen the Nidus. Oh no. Oh, you don't want to hear that. Oh. That is not the sound of a happy Protoss. Surprise. Terrifying. Reynor quickly decides instead of targeting the Nexus, just go for whatever he can. And shutting down the first one is nice, but now what? Oh, it just keeps happening. Trigger warning for Protoss. And Terrans. And also Zerg. The Nidus Scream, sometimes when I place a Nidus and it screams, I get surprised by it. But I get scared easily, I'll be honest. If you've ever watched the very small amount of ZVP, I mean horror games I've played. Is there Storm? There's no energy for Storm. Would be very nice to have right now. Here come the Locusts, but wait, there's more! Shield battery overcharge. Reshield the Nexus! He goes for the overcharge battery. The Roaches and Ravagers are just kind of getting into the base. Reynor has so much production. The Swarm is overwhelming. Trap is holding for now. Another Archon dies. An Immortal is targeted. Another one as well. He won't stop. He can't stop. Trap, his life flashing before his eyes as he's potentially losing another DreamHack Finals on Golden Wall to another European Zerg. That Archon is a House Archon. It's just going to stay for a while. Oh! Well, not for long. Oh no. A mothership on the way. Good luck with that. He retreats from the low ground. He has to retreat to the underground. The only place he can defend now. 3 bases at the back. Reynor, no respect. Slaps the Nidus in his back natural. And that's considered extremely inappropriate unless they both agree to it. But here come the Locusts anyways. Ricky and the boys ready for another round. Okay, give it a few seconds. Now they're here. Oh no. At least this isn't the mothership. That's the main. The battery is trying so hard. Oh, you really, like, when you're base trading with the Noah's Ark of Protoss units, you're not going to have a good time. Reynor drives the point home through the map. He wins DreamHack Masters Fall 2020. He puts another badge and another, probably like a cardigan or something stylish he would wear, because Reynor is that kind of guy. But whatever he might have to his belt or to his trophy case or to any of the above, Trap so close, but yet one golden wall away from a victory. Reynor, his overwhelming swarm, just, it feels like there's a point where you just can't let him go any further. Most of Trap's wins were trying to cut him off at the knees before he could remember he had wrists that function at over 1,000 actions per minute. Well, that concludes this DreamHack. Thank you to DreamHack for sending everything out. You can check them yourself on that DreamHack Twitter account. Tune in next time, next season as well. Who do you think will win? Will M. Canning make the run? Will Trap win this time? 3rd time's the charm? Or maybe a Terran will win something. And now the Terrans, as you're angrily writing, everyone else, like, subscribe, ring the bell, reply to their comments. Thank you for watching. Good luck. Have fun. See you next season.